welcome back everyone. Hello if you just joined us. Today, well, this week we had a Corolla Corona come in. I'm saying that fast. I think it's one of two in the country, and it's come in because I've got some welding to do on it. He's wanting it restored eventually. There's a load of bodywork to do on it. It's come from London. It was imported years ago, and it's just been a London car. It hasn't done much. It's pretty clean, but it's like knocks and bashes as you would expect in an old car. And being old and Jap, it has been welded up rather questionably. So first job I've got on it is, I'm just going to go on a lift again now, is I'm going to be cutting out and repairing the rear sills properly, not like what you're going to see in a second. The reason about it's up is because I've got the battery clamp on, so it won't surge when I'm welding it. But I'll just go height, 2 seconds. That'll do. Yeah, she's mint, mate. Look at that. It's MOT patches at its best. But yeah, got this chop out. This is all bodge. That to repair, but it's pretty solid. So got that to do. Also, I'm gonna have to take that screw out and take this trim off, but I'll cut it and make a new piece to go in there. The other side's very similar, but underneath, for an old Jap car, it's good, like. But yeah, I've got that bit to do. The rest of it is really clean. Like, look at the rest of the sills, lovely, man. In there, lovely and clean. But hey, this is the problem. It's been used and abused. It actually got saved from becoming a banger because they bought it to go banger racing, and there's no A pillar. No A pillar. A pillar's there. No B pillar. It's all part of the window. No B pillar. And first jobs first. Let's get these sills repaired. Trim's off. It's over there. Lovely. Yes. Take my clip out because obviously it'll be welding around here. It seems nice and solid in here. It's pretty solid up here. So I'm going to give it a dig. Oh, that bit's not particularly solid, but it's more solid than I expected. So yeah, let's get this dug out and see what happens when I start digging. Morning, afternoon, whatever it is now. I'm in on my own today, so I'm just cracking on with after I've just done a tidy up of the workshop a bit, put me gear away from my job yesterday, done some paperwork, and now I'm on with the Toyota. And I've got it cleaned off, I got it all buzzed off the other day, so I'm going to obviously take this horrible, nasty repair off. I can make it that big again. Make this nasty repair off, get rid of all that, and I'm going to make a new piece to go in, so you'd never know it being done. And then once I get that done, I'll put it back on the lift and I'll work up here. I'm too short to reach up there. That's it cut off. I've gone doing this side of the seam. I'll clean this snotty weld off because there's a seam there, and I've cut it off. And you can see this is obviously why it's been welded up. There's a big old hole there. To be fair, it's been welded up, but not very nice. And it's very nice under there though, which is good. So not that much to worry about. I was worried that under here was going to be very tired, but it's not. More than repairable. So I got that buzzed off and cleaned off. I'm waiting on some sand and belts for the belt sand to come, because I went to get it and realised there's no belts left. But as you can see, I've got it all cleaned up, got some weld through on it, and I just need to go and make my repair piece. 2 seconds. I've also went and bought myself a new profile gauge because I got sick of that. Just makes it a lot easier to do it instead of doing it and then come back to the car and testing it and doing it and testing it and doing it. I can just use my profile gauge now. This bit of repair piece made, and then get it glued in. I've got my new piece made. It's going to fit in there just like that. I'm going to spot it or plug it down there because it was originally spotted. Obviously, weld across the top. seam weld up these so they're nice and flush, and then clean them off and spot it. Yeah, well, plug it again. So I'll give that a squirt of some weld through on the back and click it on. Well, as you can see, she's in. Got it all plug welded. I drilled it and plugged it every 20 mil doing there, 20 mil doing there, and every 2 inches here to match what's already in the car. So that's all done. I folded the bottom around like it has been originally. It's all cleaned off. I need to straighten this out a little bit because it's obviously warped when it's been welded in the heat. Straighten that out, but I'll also do that when I make this new piece to go in here. Bottom's all seam sealed up where the original seam sealer would be. Got to do a little bit of repair on it just to make it look nice and smooth when it's done, but nothing too drastic. Not like this horrible bit here. Right, that's it cleaned off, and it's nice and clean now. Well, it's not clean now, but it's much better than it was. There's no bodge or prime covering it up. It's nowhere near as bad as I expected it to be. There's a little bit up here which will clean off and be arid. This bit's obviously rotten out and being chopped out, so it's not flappy and then being bodged up. And this bit is just a bit pitted, so but into the arch here, nice and solid. So I can take it on that seam there, cut it, take that bit out. There's a spot weld there, a spot weld somewhere down here, I think. Down there. Drill them off and clean off underneath. I've got the cuts made. I've drilled that spot weld off. Should just peel off like that. Look at that, lovely. There was a bit of foam there. That'll be why it rotted. Rubbery foam, lovely. Oh well. But yeah, it's remarkably solid under there, so that's a good sign. See if I can try this in action quickly. And again, I've key rusted in there. Still don't know whether it does anything, but as John said, out's better than now. Or if it does something, it's better than it doing nothing. As I say, out's better than now. Got me a piece made, which is going to go in there. Got a little bit of moving about to do when I get it in place to make it right shape, because it bends that way, and has a fold in the middle. So trying to do that by hand with a dolly and a knocking stick is hard work, but if I get it in place, I can make it the shape I need it to be. There we go, got weld through primer on. It's going to go in there, lovely. That's upside down. Time to stab it up with a hot glue gun. Which is all hot glue gunned up. Lovely. I've stayed away from the door, had the door open and blocked it off so there's no spark go inside when I did it up the seam here. And now she's just going to be cleaned off, but first it's time for a cup of tea. Well, that's it all cleaned off, ready to repair. My monkey did take over again, and I made it far too nice for how it needed to be, but monkey took over. Looks lovely though. I'm happy with that. And plus, the better I finish it, the less repairing I have to do. So it's going to be grand. It's going to be grand. And then, like we say, on to the next side. Busy starting the other side of the Toyota. I've put a high vis on the lift arm, so now if I clap my head, it's me own. Even though I knew it was there in the first place, but it's hard I miss now, as you can see. But my good old hard hat saved me head a few times with the other side. I'll tell you that. Maybe this one's cut off. I didn't actually expect it to come off that easy. It was only held on by seam sealer. Oh. So that's me repair piece made. Doing the same as I did on the other side, the plugs, so it matches the original. It's going to go in like that. Obviously a bit better fitting when I'm actually gripped up, but yeah, it's going to be hunky-dory when she's all glued up again. And that's this side all glued up. Just going to put my bead of seam sealer down there once it's cooled down a bit, because it's still warm from cleaning it off. And then I'm going to repair it just so it's smooth, nice and clean, and then we'll black down there. And the same on to the side. To the side's just the same, like I say, just a bit of repair do here, make sure it's nice and smooth and blends in with this. And then this repair here, and we'll paint this bit. And we're all done and dusted. I've got my repairs all done. And now I've just got to mix my primer up. I'm going to squirt the primer on. First I'm going to warm it up because it is card now. Warm it up so it's not stone cold. As you can see, she's all primed up and looking lovely. The other side's done as well. I can't be bothered to walk around the corner and show you because you'll see it in a second. Just got to cooking that off now with the heat gun. Wait, she's all painted up. Looking lovely and shiny again. Lovely job. But I've still got to black the sill and black the bottom of the wheel arch in there, and then we're going to under seal the rear wheel arches anyway because we repaired the arches. Ooh, cutscene. Paint this side. I did paint up to. Ooh, I'm having a can of pop. Yes. Did paint up the wheel arch there just to keep the colour right because it was paired into just under the bottom of here, and there was a mark there. So for ease, it was easier, to be honest, for us just to blend that in, paint that, clear the whole thing. So that's all done too. Just got to black the sails and then put it back together. Here we are, she's all done and dusted. Just got to click the sill trim back on, that front mud flap, because the sill trim goes on first, front mud flaps, wheels back on, down she comes, which is hunky dory. Hey, see? Lovely. Obviously the colour's a little bit off because this is all fresh, lovely, shiny white, and the rest of the car isn't, but it's repaired. It's not nasty and awful scabbiness. There's no big horrible snotty patch on the bottom, and the other side's the same. 2 seconds. There we are. So you can see this side seems to have blended in a bit better with the colour, because I think this door's been polished at some point in its lifetime. But yeah, she's looking grand again. Lovely. I've also seam sealed in the back, and it's all been waxed in the wheel arch and behind there. So I'll get the wheels clicked on, get the sill trims on, and then she's ready to go. One slight hiccup. I've put the near side trim somewhere safe. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Disaster averted. I found it. It's in the corner. Somewhere safe, where I wouldn't get bent or knocked over. But I've got it. That's the important thing. Right, that's the little Toyota done. It's all done. Oh, ta-da. Lovely jubbly. Hopefully you'll be seeing more of it, but that's that bit done for now. That's it. Yeah. Tell them it's ready, come get it. And hope you're happy. And until next time, if you like the videos, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Oh, jazz. Yeah, we'll see you in a bit.